Hello, hello! Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Legacy. Today, we're just gonna be working on getting that second floor in. Nothing too fancy, but something that is altogether necessary. So, I can definitely do this better. I don't think I need 3 blocks for spawn space because Endermen don't exist yet, and there's actually no mob that is taller or even 2 blocks tall. Skeletons and zombies are still the only the 1.8 that the player model itself is. So in theory, I don't need to worry about things not spawning because I have chosen to make this only 2. So that's pretty nice. This should be decently efficient. Oh dear. Still there. This should be decently efficient enough to, manage an alpha world where I'm the only player. And, this may not even work, but I think it's worth a try. And even if it doesn't work, I got to exercise my knowledge of technical Minecraft a little, which is something I don't get to do often. So, even if this doesn't work as well as I hope it will, or at all even, I think it'll be worth it. I gotta make this, I got to make this really cool floor. I got this really cool gradient on the walls from the lighting. This whole place just looks pretty sick. It's cool, I like it. So, even if there is no, benefit to me beyond the fun I had making it, I think it was worth it. So, right now we're gonna just build a platform. And, the whole episode might be me building the platform, or we might actually get some, digging done too. I know I said I wasn't gonna dig that on camera, but long week. So, I'm at the point where it's sort of like I can do boring tasks or I can have no episode. And I think boring tasks is well worth getting content out. And at the very least, you'll get to listen to the semi-rhythmic tune of Ruby placing down a couple stacks of cobblestone in one fell swoop. Which can't be a downside. I myself enjoy the sound of stone in Minecraft. It makes a nice clunk. It's not my top tier sound, that would be my when you jump and land on a lily pad, I believe, you can get a slappy wet sound, and it sounds ridiculous, and it is my favorite block-related sound in the game. And I've gotten it to trigger a few times without a lily pad jumping over water, but I can never get it to trigger on purpose, so odd quirk, really. Favorite sound in the game, if I ever do manage to capture it on camera, y'all will know. And, favorite sound in the game, but stone is a close second. And I think that stone is a good close second to have. It's nothing too ostentatious like the sound of breaking glass or the sound of sand. Because, you know, as much as sand is a pretty easy to get resource, I don't have any deserts near me, and all of the sand that I currently have I've gotten from annihilating some of the beaches that I may end up having to rebuild later on. And, I'm gonna leave this path here because I can easily translate it to getting up there as well. Observe. As plentiful as sand appears to be, anytime you want to use it for a project that is more in-depth than perhaps light terraforming around the base, that's a lot of sand you have to gather. So, it is stone mining time now, because this is the next part I have to do before I can continue to work on the platforms. And then after, I get to have the fun experience of praying that I have placed these right, where I will be able to dodge the skeletons that are going to spawn. Because if I haven't, I'm going to have a very fun time. You know, getting shot. So, that will be pleasant at best, and, how do you say, abysmally horrifying at worst. I'm excited, though, because if I'm getting shot by skeletons, clearly something I've done has worked. Maybe not in the way that I intended, but when has anything I've done ever worked as I intended? Not often. Not often. I think something interesting about this pit is I am guaranteed not true to the original vision I had for this thing. But the fun part is I don't have to care at all because I don't remember what the original vision I had for this thing was. I just remember I wanted a dark pit that had to be dark exclusively because that's how you spawn mobs. And I don't even have to worry about the lava because the light from it, it goes out like really far away from the platforms. And then I don't even think the light from in here reaches the platforms enough to interfere with spawnage. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty neat. There's stone. Yeah, digging in the dark is probably not gonna make for the most interesting episode, but you know. This is what I do off camera. I have the bits that I need lit up so I don't get shot lit up. And then everything else is dark because, you know, why waste the torches? Why waste the torches? If I don't have to utilize a resource that is semi-limited, why utilize it? I'm gonna go ahead and replace this with stone real quick. Because then I can label this as finished, perhaps. And I'm gonna leave this because this is gonna match this. I'm gonna mirror this up on the top there. Gonna loop around nice and wonderful, and you know, it's just gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Alright. Almost halfway done with this bridge. once I've fully mined out where this dirt is, I will go ahead and dig all the dirt out and replace whatever's in the ceiling with stone. And then, like, the whole bridge will be done. Gotta say, as much as I enjoy the nostalgia of the genuinely pretty horrific lighting Alpha has, the new lighting is so much better. Like, as soon as you start getting that smooth lighting, as wonky as the lighting engine can be at times, it is so much better. You have no idea. Alright, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out. 3, 4, 5. I can't reach that far. I can now. This is basically what I did to get that whole area mined out. Since I can't reach that far from the bridge itself, the only option I saw was to mine out what I could from the bridge, as one does, which I'm not doing right now, and then just go 8 while standing on a single block, so that way I could clear out enough space to make the, whatchamacallit? Well, clearing out enough space so I could get working on the platform. Because as soon as I got the platform done, I just mined and placed down blocks to get that top platform in, and by the time I was done with that, I'd mined out the whole thing. Which meant that I could then go in for the bottom platform. Oh, there's coal up here. How interesting. How interesting. I'm gonna take care of this right now. Exceedingly important. Yes. And then after I'm every like 5 or 3 or so minutes of mining, I would jump down the water elevators and collect all the blocks that I had inevitably dropped. Oh, you landed in my water elevator. Interesting choice. Yeah, basically after every time I did that, I would swoosh down here, try not to land in the bottom, and just pick everything up. Admittedly, it does a number on my frames as all of the item entities began to render, but you know, more efficient than mining out a small area and then coming down and swimming all the way back up just for a few blocks. Instead, I'm coming down and swimming all the way back up for several stacks of block. Pretty nifty, if you ask me. So, now we swim back up and do it again. And then go down, collect all the blocks, swim back up. And by then I'll have about that much come out. And it's at that point where I start having to like actually go to where I have my stair at, because I can't reach that without building scaff like that. And the goal is to not have to build a ton of scaffolding. Like, I understand maybe needing a little, but a lot, no. Not for me. So, I think something interesting about alpha lighting, though, is I can actually see in complete darkness better than I can in no light at all. And maybe it's just because of how my screen is, because I know this is going to be just horrendous, and I probably shouldn't be recording in complete darkness, but I've hit that point in my week where I don't really care if something is theoretically viewable or pleasurable to watch. I just want to get it done, even though I definitely should care. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this dirt here because I can see that there's not a lot. It's hit the point where it's like, is this pleasurable to watch? No. Do I have the energy? Oh, are you kidding me? To make it so, without delaying the episode another week. Also no. And if you're wondering how I choose to get things done, what my life philosophy is, that's about it. Do I have the energy to do this thing? Well, no. Do I have the energy and time to wait until I can? Also no. And usually it turns out okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pray that that philosophy works the same as I usually assume it will. Blocks. I am like a little vacuum cleaner, sucking everything up into my inventory, which is now full of items. And then we go up, and I knock out that big dirt thing, and I go to where I need to start placing the platforms, and I dig and place blocks. And then I end up with the platform. And then I just make a little and then I make sure I light it up as I go, and I make a little staircase, so that way I can get back here and go down to get the second platform. And then I'm done. Then it's done. It's finished. Completion. Alright, something I'm like, oh, I can't place torches on glass. Wonderful. I was gonna say something I'm going to do to make this tolerable is put torches down, but I used glass because I didn't have to light it up. Mobs can't spawn on glass, you see. Not even in alpha, because it's a transparent block. And monsters need something solid to spawn on, like cobblestone. Glass is not something solid. It's like leaves like that. Absolutely not solid enough for monsters to spawn, which makes it perfect for the me to stand on, while I encourage monsters to spawn elsewhere. And then once I finish this, I check my spawn, I light up the entire outside and check my spawn rates, because I know they're not going to be that good because I haven't lit up all the caves. I haven't even explored all the caves. And that's on me. Once I do that, the rates this thing has should be, like, decent. I hope. At least for, an alpha spawner? Okay. Boop. Boop. And where do these stairs start on you? Literally right after the... So that's glass. This gonna be cobble. That gonna be stair. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and light that up. And dig, dig, dig. And we'll probably get this line of stairs in before I run out of time. Which means that next episode, all I'll have to do is finish the decoration and get on lighting up all the caves in the area, which I will do off camera, because, well, might do most of off camera. Because that involves exploring the cave extensively, which isn't something I find particularly interesting to watch. And even though this episode is mostly just a dark screen, well, while I mine stuff. This is semi-interesting. You can, yeah. I'm not making a good episode, and I know it, and I keep trying to justify it, and I really should stop, because I've hit the point where there is no justifying it, and I have to actually light this stuff up right now. Because otherwise I'll get spawns, and no one likes spawns. So we'll just keep adding stairs, and I'll stop trying to justify how bad this episode is going to turn out. Because I'm already recording it, and I can't stop recording it now. Because Legacy isn't a series that does jump cuts. I may do off-camera work, but I don't do jump cuts. Oh, gravel. Probably fun to clean up. I don't do jump cuts, because really you're not going to be missing a lot. Alpha is slow. Darn it. Whatever needs doing can be done off camera, and you really won't miss anything. Because Alpha is not fast. Alright, then we'll add more torch. And now I'll mine this out in the last minute or so. You know, a bit of a long episode, because this episode needed more of me breaking rocks. You know, genuinely. And we'll just get it done. You know, have a good time knowing that, hey, I did something tedious. That took work. I've put time and effort into this. Quite a lot of it, actually. And even though I'm not going to be able to AFK here, just due to the nature of how this is, AFKing is going to get me shot and killed. Because I don't have dispensers or water mechanics, I'm relying entirely on mob C player, mob aggro on player, mob walk directly off cliff edges. I have seen them do multiple times. That's the whole mechanic that inspired the mob pit mob farm. And really, if I try an AFK here, I'm gonna get killed. And I'm gonna lose all my stuff. So this is probably more of like a game. How long can you run around like a chicken with your head cut off on this catwalk before the monsters take your health down to the point where you have to run to one of the safe zones to replenish? How long does that take? Find out soon-ish. I might do a whole game show theme episode. Owie. Alright, time to suck all these blocks up. Nom 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 nom. Just collect it all. Get all of these wonderful, lovely blocks. Ooh, don't break the glass. I was trying to use the torch, but it didn't work. Alright. And, we're gonna call it there for an episode. I think... I know how my thumbnails are, and I do know that I need to sort of center stuff in that half the screen. And I think that will do nicely. So, thank you for watching. If you're part of the morning crew, I hope you have a great day. If you're part of the evening crew, I hope your day has been great. And if you're part of the afternoon crew, well, I hope your day is going alright. I've been Ruby Robotic, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode.